Well, today I am doing the same thing as I did last week, just working on the RoadMaster. Still trying to get it ready. I've done a few things already this morning. I worked on the elbow, just the one we have right now. I've ordered a new one in. Should be here soon. But to try and cover that hole better, because it keeps giving me a false reading on how the car is running, and I'm just trying to make sure that it's ready to go. I've been driving it because, like I said last video, my wife was driving the pickup truck and the radiator sprung a leak. So, or maybe I just said that she broke the car last week. Anyway, so I've been driving it all week as my daily driver, which is fine. But you know, just a little bit every day to make sure it's getting better and better. Today, I'm hopefully going to get that exhaust gasket in, and then I'm changing out this. Like I said, I already started. This is the idler pulley or tensioner pulley wheel. Uh, it doesn't seem horrible, but there is a lot of drag on the. I don't know if you can see that. There's a lot of drag, seems like to me. This one isn't much better, but it still does turn freer. So, also plastic, metal. I don't know what your guys' preference is, but I think this is going to last a little longer. Was a little spendier, but I think it's worth it. We change the oil again because, like I said, that was really dirty, and part of that I think is from that elbow, the hole in that elbow not being properly sealed as well. So that's another thing. I took and put some black adhesive sealant, silicone RVT on a piece on the hole uh, where the hose clamp used to attach. And then I stuck another piece of aluminum, just flat aluminum, no holes in it. Stuck it down over the top of that RTV and let it sit for a while. And then I cut it and just kind of started shaping it down. And then I threw some zip ties over it to try and pull it together. Um, and it seems to be working 100% better. Before, you couldn't tell whether it had a miss or not because there was so much air leakage from all over the place that it would just kind of inadvertently shake, and it was never the same. It was always just weird, like to be idling real nice and smooth, and all of a sudden it just go blah, 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 and then it idle real nice and smooth, and so it was like all of a sudden you had four misses. It was really weird. So I hopefully got that fixed at least for the week. That part is supposed to be in at the end of the week for the elbow. I also ordered a um, different air intake for it, just a straight 3.5-inch pipe with open air cleaner in it. We may do something to block that off with some aluminum underneath there to turn it into more of a cold air intake. We can insulate between layers of aluminum or something like that and separate it from the engine compartment. I don't know. We're going to try something either way. So right now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on. There's something making noise underneath there, and I can't figure out what it is. I keep messing with the alternator. Alternator seems smooth. The bearings seem smooth. When you rotate it, you can hear the brushes when there's some drag on it, but it's not like it's super drag. It's like to me it feels like it's still good. I took the belt off, and because it's a mechanical water pump, I was able to just listen to the car run without the alternator or anything else running, and the water pump was going because it's mechanical, and and the water pump seems to be just fine as well. It's not making an excessive amount of noise. Um, but hoping this, fixes that. Also, I figured out over the last week that it has a air conditioning delete kit on it. So that's the other part that I've got to check to make sure it isn't making noise, and that might be where that noise is coming from. So we may end up trying to find a new pulley or put a compressor back on there, even if it's just a junk compressor or just a really cheap compressor. Just put one back on there, and whether we use the air conditioning or not, then it's at least on there. That may be something that I do. If I can get it actually hooked up and running, then that would be kind of cool for Tucson. But that's a little bit more money than I wanted to spend. But we'll see what happens. All right. So I'm gonna go get to work and see what's happened. I'm gonna do some exploration of, you know, I took the left side tire off this week. I actually should have showed you all that. This is the lug nut that was stuck on there. Um, where's my bolt? I cut the bolt in fours kind of through here, and then was able to get this off, and then knock this out back through. Still have not gotten it torn completely apart. I've got brake parts coming in next week, so the plan is once the pickup truck's going, which I'm planning to be next Saturday, I'm going to switch the radiator in it. I'm going to jack up the front of the car, get the rotors off, take them down to, well, I guess it'd be Monday. I will take them down to the local machine shop, get them turned. They do a really good job, and it's fairly cheap. I bought different rotors for the thing. They were cheap on Rock Auto. I got different pads for it. I actually got power stop pads. I actually like the power stop pads. I put them in just about everything. Everything's got them. Crown Vic has them in the back. I haven't done them in the front yet. We're going to probably do that when we finish this car. But the Liberty has them. My Cherokee has them. The pickup truck has all four of them on there. They're great brakes. They really are. So I'm going to check the rear pads. But like I said, mostly this week, I'm going to try and get that exhaust pulled up. I'm going to get it jacked up. I'll show you what it looks like underneath there. I haven't even looked at it yet. If the bolts look like they're going to be a pain and I'm going to have to cut them and then get new studs put into the exhaust manifold, then I'll end up just taking the whole manifold off and maybe taking it down to the machine shop and letting them put new studs in it for me. But that'll then, depending on how it looks, I may not do that this weekend. Kind of limited what we can do because I have limited parts because nothing is in. I spent somewhere near $600 this weekend buying stuff to get stuff, get this ready. Including I bought all four shocks, just low-level Monroe shocks, but it should help out with the, driving of the vehicle. The claim is if you have good shocks, the brakes are going to work better as well. So everything, I just want to make sure the car is safe as well. That's a big thing for me. So anyway, enough jibber jabber like I always do. Let's get to work here. Okay. Here is the pulley I was talking about where I don't know if we can see that very well. This is where the AC compressor pump was. I'm going to take this off and see if this bearing's any good. Hopefully it is. So I pulled this one off as well. Seems to be spinning just fine just on that bearing. So I'm going to say that's not what's squeaking either. We'll just keep watching. See now, we're always talking about the alternator. It might be that making that noise. You hear that slight rant, rant? We will see what happens with that. I may end up changing. I found a $60 alternator on Rock Auto. At least maybe we'll pick it up, and then if we have to change it on the way, we will. Like that seems like a good idea if we change it on the way. I just figured something else out. I got the wrong gasket. I guess it'll be good to have that gasket just in case, but let me show you. So I thought it was the gasket for the connection between the manifold here and the pipe going down. And it doesn't seem to be. Let me go get a light. Started looking here, and hopefully you can see that on that. Let me see. I'm trying to get a good view of it, but right there, there's blackening around the uh, manifold right here. Right, you see me pointing at it with the light there. The manifold, there's head black, or there's blackening around the head. And if you look close enough, the gasket is missing on the one section. Let me see. See on this top section right here, in this area, there might be able to see that it's missing part of the gasket there. So the other thing I was noticing was there's a slight miss in one side. I hope the video isn't too sloppy today. I know I get kind of careless with the video. I'm going to try and straighten that out. But let's go listen to the back of the car. One side has kind of got a little miss in it. I'm hoping it's like a plug wire or just a spark plug. That would be nice, right? Let's go listen. So, I hope you can hear that. Sounds pretty decent. This one. I hope you can hear that. Just every once in a while it gives a little puff, a little puff. And so I hope that means it's just a spark plug or spark plug wire and that it's easily fixed. It's a little erratic, but I don't think it has to do anything with the air intake anymore because it is only one side doing it. So hopefully we can figure that out fairly quick. Yeah, I'm just going to keep screwing around here. We might do some painting this afternoon or something like that, but I think this is going to be the end of this video. I don't have a lot to do or say this week because we don't have parts or nothing yet. I'm going to keep working on the window. I did get the trunk open. I should have showed that. Let's go do that. This is my handy dandy trunk key. And tried to be as nice as I could, and we can actually put the Buick emblem back on after we get the keys, which I have to order yet, because I forgot until just now. Oop, where is it? Come on, get in there. So, or we aren't gonna get into it today. Huh? There it is. And here's our beautiful trunk. We got a bit of rot right there. We already knew this was going to be kind of like that, and this side should be like that a little bit too. But that there I'm going to have to patch up in some way. I think I'm just going to pop rivet some metal over the top of it, bend it into an L, top rivet over the top of it, no big deal. Just kind of go this way and pop rivet, floor and the tire area, whatever you want to call it there. Got some mice. So, little friendly company there with some ice. But otherwise, it looks pretty decent. A little dirty, needs to be sprayed out. Okay, so I was going to end the video, but I was keeping working on this, just doing stuff. And I was crawling underneath these here because I thought I got all the vacuum lines like plugged up so that there's no more leaks. And happened to look by the spark plug wires where the coil is, because the coil on this is right there by the crankshaft. See those? This here is a couple of, those are vacuum lines. You see them there? These two here, this one here and that one there, are vacuum lines. Now this one here, I saw hanging down, and you see that chunk missing from it? I was like, holy crap. But here it had been rubbing on the balancer pulley. I just kind of cut it out of there and respliced it together. It's a little tight, but we may end up getting a new hose for that, and we'll see what happens. This, I also noticed that this thing is still freaking leaking there. It doesn't seem to be leaking a lot, but a little bit. And you can see that drip there. I'm gonna have to clean that up and see what happens. Also, getting to look at this, I think this is the deep pan transmission. So, yay for us. Usually hold a little bit more transmission fluid. But I also noticed that there, I don't know what that is. I'm hoping by videoing it, I'm going to see what it is. It looks from here to be a spark plug wire or something. See that? What is that? It's all melted. It's got wire stuff on the inside of it, you see, I think. We're just going to keep messing with it and see what happens. I'll update you if I find something. Yeah, I still don't know what that is. It might be wiring to the transmission. It's all melted and everything like that. I'm going to have to do some research. Hopefully it's not something serious. But let's see what happens. Well, thanks for joining me. Hope to see you next time, and have a good day.